How do you? But your teaching's coming from a woman. You want a God complex, but God is not a woman.
I see y'all been reading my book, huh?
My teachings haven't come from a woman, so I can't relate to that.
I watch you every day, dog. I ain't no bag chaser yet, but you know what I'm saying.
I see y'all. Yeah, y'all.
Hey, Anton, I'm a recent bag chaser, and I was ready before I became one. You dig that?
Okay. I see y'all been reading my book. Okay. All right.
If I could add something, bro, I totally understand what you're saying. But I also understand what Anton is saying. You know, a lot of times we bring up the Bible situation, but the Bible says you're supposed to leave your mother and father's house and cling to your husband.
Yeah.
Right? It also says that your husband's supposed to be provider, protector, preacher, prophet, all that. So, you know, I think a lot of times, you know, women, they don't want you to have that much power. They don't want you to be the prophet, the provider. If I'm supposed to be your provider, your protector, the prophet, the preacher, king is just one of the other titles. So I think a lot of times what happens is it's offensive to women. You know, I think we're living in a time right now where everyone wants to be the leader and it has a lot to do with trust issues in our community. It has a lot to do with some of the things. It goes all the way back to slavery, I believe. But I think you can't have one without the other. I think a lot of people want, like you bring up a great point. You know, you're supposed to find somebody who will lead you, but like Anton says, will you actually listen? Are you going to be under my covering? If I say no, if everything is yes, 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 you're going to follow me. But as soon as I say no, are you going to fight back? If I'm supposed to get protected, I'm protecting over things that you might not even see.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Fry. I muted you, Charlene, because you're moving around.
You hear me?
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said this. I'm not a Christian, not even almost.
Not even almost.
Did you say you're not a Christian and not almost?
Oh, not at all.
Is that my service?
Nah.
What are you experiencing, Q?
No, your service is regular, Q. You good?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, Fry, your service lagging. I'm sorry.
My service.
You in the basement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's ask some of the other ladies. Charlene, are men supposed to protect you if you're in harm? Men that you don't. Let's say men that you don't know.
That I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I don't know, I mean, it's up to him if he want to protect me. But at the same time, I can sit there and call my husband and say, "Listen, I'm in trouble. I need you to come right now." Because there are some men who, why they feel as though why I got to put myself at risk, and you may reject me or
what if
whatever.
your husband got time to come? I want your purse right now. What you doing if a dude?
That's why you got to be packing. You got to be strapped.
Oh, I'm a pack regardless. I pack
seriously.
But where are y'all women at that this happening to y'all though without your
the grocery store, the gas
everywhere.
station. You got to be careful nowadays, just in general.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah, but if I ask a random man, "Hey, listen, I need help. Someone is stalking me." Now he may say, "You know what? I got you. Don't worry about it." It depends on the man, to be honest, if he wants to protect you.
But how many times in this world has a random man just came up and just started whooping up on women without it being an altercation of something happened? Like,
not many.
I think the question is always like protecting women. I think it's always phrased to we protecting random women, and the question is not our women. That is always the question. I think the answers are always looking for, are we supposed to protect just women, all the random women? And that's a bad question because the answer is no.
I think when that question's asked, people think of protection as physical violence, and I think that a man offers more protection than hey, I'm gonna beat your ass if you beating up a woman type of thing. Like I think like protecting your people is like, hey, I don't live in the ghetto, I live in the suburbs. I think that would probably be a form of protection, taking them out of potentially violent situations.
But y'all making it seem like stuff can't happen in the suburbs. Okay, so this is another question for people that said no, right? Let's say your sister, your mother, your wife was putting groceries at Target, you know, your uppity white store, and men started kind of harassing her a little. Would you guys want a stranger stepping in to protect your wife, your sister, or your daughter?
You know what? I could say something to that. As a black man, sometimes when I'm walking when I'm walking anywhere, I always feel that feeling of like, you know when you see in the movie where the woman clutches her purse or whatever, they think you're gonna do something. I always feel that, and I think sometimes, we're scared to do that because we don't want to. Like, we're always vilified in the media. We're always looked at as the bad guy. I don't know if anybody feels me on this, but like for me, sometimes when I see certain situations, I almost feel like I got to be very, very careful because I'm always looked at like you're the perpetrator.
I'm the big black nigga.
So it's like, we would love to just be able to. It's like you don't get the benefit of the doubt as a black man, even if you came to help. If somebody else comes out, they're gonna think you're the one that's doing something. So I think sometimes it's really it's something that you really got to be careful with.
So would you?
I'm viewed as a non-threatening of the blacks.
No,
I don't feel
oh, black man. When I walk, like your presence,
it could be somewhere like you're the
Ain't
wrong
nobody scared of me. Nobody.
But you're in Ohio, but let's just say, would you want somebody to protect your wife, Jack? If your wife's out,
I don't live in Ohio. I don't know where you.
Here's the deal.
You said what?
You asked me would I want somebody to protect my wife. First of all, that's my job.
If you're not there,
why am I not there?
Do you go everywhere with your wife?
I don't. Right. But here's the deal. This is a great question, right?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the answer.
I feel like
me too.
My bad. What y'all say?
I'm just waiting for the answer. You're not everywhere with your wife. If your wife decides you're Sunday at home watching football, your wife decides to go to Target to go get some chicken wings, pizza,
I'm going with her.
Some Hennessy that you're drinking.
Your protector. I'm your security detail. You see that guy right there? Military. That's me. I'm your detail.
But that's not what I'm asking. You're at home watching football. You're not with your wife. Are you with your wife 24/7?
Why am I at home and you're out there in the streets where anything could happen to you?
You're being unrealistic now. You cannot be everywhere with your wife.
Are you
You're being unrealistic.
You guys are right. You guys are right. But guess what? If I'm supposed to be your protector, if you're going somewhere, babe, I got you, babe. I'm coming with you.
No. That's not my question. Jock, my question is realistic. In today, your age, do you go everywhere with your wife? It's a yes or no.
I do. I can't. It's impossible.
Okay, so whatever you're saying prior does not matter. I'm saying right now, if you're at home sipping your little Hennessy like you are now, and watching
getting lit,
hey, just a little bit.
And she's at the grocery store and something happens and she's in altercation, would you want a stranger to step in and protect your wife? Yes or no?
In a perfect world, of course, right?
What altercation are you speaking about?
But that means I'm not doing my job.
You're under the impression that men are out here just beating women up.
Yeah.
If my girlfriend, wife, whatever is getting mugged, I would say get mugged. It's over. Confrontation over. Let them take your shit. It's over.
Oh God! I'm gonna need some Hennessy now.
Everything's in place but your wife.
But I
got
I think that's where it got to be. It has to be that she's
one mic, y'all. We can't hear all y'all.
It has to be that she's about to get robbed because why is my woman about to get beat up if she not running her mouth?
Wait,
why is she starting the altercation? What is your issue?
Okay, so are you saying the women that get robbed and get beat up have to start something?
No, we're saying where are these random muggings coming from?
Everywhere.
Muggings happen, but don't fight back. Just don't let it happen. Let it happen.
I never said mugging. Okay.
Not only that.
Protection. Let it happen. Get mugged. Don't fight.
Anton said something earlier. He's saying like your woman, she's a reflection of you, right? When you get married, you take on my last name, which means when you leave that door, you represent me. There's a certain way that I represent myself, and that when people see you, the vibe that you have, the way you are, they're not, I don't know how to say it, but it's just different. And I wouldn't want that. You're right. No man would want anybody, every man would want for their woman to be protected. But realistically, if I'm supposed to be your protector, if you're going somewhere, I'm going with you. I'm not chilling at the house watching TV. You're going over there. What am I doing home? As a man, I know the world is crazy. I know the world is wild.
Jock, I'm sorry for saying you're flip-flopping because first you say you don't go everywhere with your wife. Now you're saying if your wife going, you going everywhere. So which one?
What I said is realistically, I cannot.
Okay, so realistically, you're not going everywhere with your wife.
House, and I'm letting her just go out there. I'm supposed to be your protector. I'm your security detail. I'm with you.
Oh my God. Q. Hey, Q, can I interject real quick? Now, there was a story.
Alexandra.
Okay, so there's a story, you guys, that was perfect for this scenario. So there's a guy who was just randomly, this was in New York, all over in the webs. A guy was randomly just knocking people out, just hitting people, just walking up to men, women, whomever, hitting people. No one was offending him. No one was bothering him. If there was a woman on the street, he did it to several women as well. So I think that would be highly appropriate for at least a few men could get together and, hey, tackle this guy. Somebody call the cops or whatever. You don't have to. The way the world is going, are you paying attention, Jock? Are you lit? Because things are happening and they're not being provoked. She's just saying in general. We ain't saying crash out, but at least, hey, a couple of guys get together and like tackle them, do something. Like we're talking.
I think
we're talking about random.
Different. See, I think men live in a realistic world where we're very aware and we know the dangers. We live in a world where it's like we know what's going on. So we don't live in La La Land. If I'm living in an area, I know it's not very safe.
Like this is your perfect.
If she's going out,
right. Oh my God. You're giving like perfect answers. Like all men aren't like that. I get we're supposed to be, but we're not. Let's be for real. And then let's also be for real about a random woman getting her ass beat. Men are gonna help. No man just walking by seeing a woman in distress is gonna let it happen. Like
wait, so you would interject. Well, we didn't say that.
I think I can help. Yeah, if he's bigger than me, I might have to go. Hey, we got something going on over here and call the police. It depends. That nigga got a gun. I'm gonna let somebody else handle it. He bigger than me. I'm gonna let somebody else. Most men just ain't gonna let it happen. Like all the situations you bring up about women in distress, most men ain't gonna walk by and let it happen.
Yeah, that's because most men are suckers. They simps.